Hey guys, what's up? It's Teeds here coming at you with another Tips with Teeds in College Football 25. Today, I'm going to be going over offensive audibles, how to set them up, what ones I recommend using, and how to set yourself up for success. But before we jump into the video, if you could please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so you don't miss another Tips with Teeds in College Football 25. So the way I go about it is going through the custom playbooks. This way you can edit specific playbooks as well as custom playbooks. It's not only custom playbooks. As you see, I enter it right here. I will just go through my custom playbook that I'm currently using and what I use with my online dynasties and pretty much all of my dynasties in general. One that I really just mix up a lot. So basically you can edit the offensive ones or the defensive ones. And obviously this is an offensive Audible video. So I'll just go to my offensive playbook right here, and I will kind of just go over with you specifically what I want to have for all of my Audibles. So one thing that I did notice when you do play College Football 25, if you don't know this already, if you do not have Audible set up for a specific formation when you get to the offense, like, or you select the play from a specific formation, well then you won't be able to audible at all. There aren't any random audibles set up. If you don't have them set up already in your custom playbook, well then you're not going to get them. It might be different in a legit playbook. They might have your audibles already set up there, but I do know with experience that anytime that I put in a new formation in my custom playbook, that it would automatically not let me audible into anything. Let's get started. Things that I look for when creating audibles. You only get 4 options, right? So primarily I play out of the shotgun. I very rarely, I think I maybe have like 2 or 3 plays under center, maybe like 10 to 15 plays with pistol. And I really just like being in shotgun. It gives your quarterback a lot of, more time. The rush can be very, very inconsistent. So I like to stay with that route and keep my quarterback away from the rush as much as possible. So one thing I look for when it comes to these is simple. So not one thing, it's actually 4 things. So when it comes to your pass plays, I'll go through just a few of mine just to show you guys just little examples. But in terms of, let's say, for example, trips Y flex, just a random formation. As you see here, I have a run play, I have a deep play, I have a play action pass, and I also have a short pass play. So as you notice here, pretty much all these, unless it's going to be like an empty formation, whether it's just the quarterback and shotgun, I generally like this one. Obviously, you're going to have all pass plays. I generally like to have a run play in pretty much every single formation that has, a running back to the side of it. Obviously, this is a brand new formation right here that I haven't edited yet. So if I go into a practice mode, you will see that I'm not able to set up any audibles. But again, here I only got 3 options here. Again, run plays when I have a running back. So that is what I like to do. I always like to have a running play. You always want to. So these are the things that I look for. I'm going to try to find a formation, just scrolling through here really quickly, kind of give you a good idea of what to look for. Just give me 1 second while I'm scrolling around. Let's see here. It's been a while since I've really looked at my playbook. Okay, here's a good example here. So shotgun tray offset. You have 3 receivers to the left side here. And this one I like, and this is what I try to look for all of my, audibles. It's 1, have a run play. I like inside zones. If a formation doesn't have inside zones, and read option is definitely a good, alternative as well. Maybe even a draw or even an outside run. It doesn't matter. Have a run play in that formation. And then another thing that I look for is a pass play, whether it's a deep or short. I like one that'll try to beat a cover 3 and one that'll beat cover 2. The reason why I try to do both of those, cover 2 versus cover 3, is because those are the most common defenses in the game. Obviously, cover 4 quarters is in there as well, but majority of the time, you're going to be facing either cover 2 or cover 3 when it comes to zones. So I like having zone beaters of cover 2 and cover 3. Cover 2, you can really just beat them with, corner routes, and cover 3, you can really just beat them with underneath routes. And then I also like to throw in screens. I'm a big advocate for screens. I know they're inconsistent in this game, but I love screen plays, especially when you're playing an opponent that you've never really played before. Maybe you're playing online, the road to the college football playoff, or what you have you. I love running screens because a lot of the times, if you can pick up that you're facing, let's say, for example, a cover 0, a blitz, and you know that it's coming, well, then you just throw in a screen, and then if you beat them deep, for whatever reason, people don't think you can go back to back with screens. And I love going back to back on screens because then they're going to blitz again thinking, oh, he's not going to do that again. And boom, you hit that with that. This also is very, very helpful when you are able to select your plays quickly and you give yourself about 20, 25 seconds to get to the line. And then you have time to kind of depict what is going on the defense, and then make your decision. Hey, do we need to switch your play to a run play? Are there too many people in the box? What is going on here? What do I need to do? What is going to put our team in the best situation to win? So again, these are just little examples here. Again, things that I like to run, or things that I like to always set up, is have a run play for sure. You definitely want to have a short pass play, a deep pass play, one that beats cover 2, one that beats cover 3. A screen works great, or maybe a jet sweep as well, and then a jet sweep fake or something like that. Things that if you're going to run, especially for jet sweeps, let's see, I know I just had one right here. Let's see if I can find the jet sweep formation, because I know here. I think it's right here. Do I have the fake? No, I don't have any of them there. I know one of my formations did have it. Here it is, the jet touch pass. If there was a fake jet touch pass, that's one thing that I definitely like to throw in there as well. Because if you're having your audible set up and you're going up against somebody that maybe you're beating them on a jet touch pass, but then you throw in the fake jet touch pass that some of these formations have, that can really throw them for a loop, because they might be expecting you to run that jet touch pass, and then boom, you hit them when they're not least expecting it, and you're able to pick up some big yards. Now, let's go to the practice field, and I will show you just little examples of things that I'm thinking of when I'm playing, and like little tips and tricks that will really help you take your offense to the next level when using and setting up these audibles. All right, so for this example here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going up against Michigan defense, which is a pretty good defense in this game. But not just that, they're going to be in the nickel formation. And on top of that, they are just picking random plays. So after every single reset, it's going to show a different play. So this is a good way to kind of practice these methods as well and show you kind of why and how these audibles will benefit you. So right here, I'm just going to go with honestly, a money play. I love this play because you have the tight end going to the left, and then you have the corner route with Smith, and then you have Igbuka going over the middle. So you just have a lot of options here. So now, since we are going up against, a good defense here, it looks like they're running zone coverage because those two cornerbacks on the outside are way outside, or not playing directly in front of the receiver. So I'm going to assume it's zone. Essentially here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go the reads of A, B, and then X, essentially. So let's try this out. No one covers him. It's definitely zone. They stuck with him. X is better under the middle. Just hadn't have enough time to get the throw off. So I had the right read. It just didn't work. Now it looks like there's some extra space in the middle of that defense. There's like no one in front of that center, 56. There's no one there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to audible to quick base, 45 quick base. As you see here are all my audibles. Boom, boom, boom. I got 3 pass plays. One's got the corner route. Another one that's this is kind of like a man beater if the linebacker is guarding the running back. And this is an easy, just flip it over the top of the linebacker. It's an easy touchdown. And then you got your run play. Now, again, obviously the defensive line for Michigan is insane, but obviously the offensive line is pretty decent for Ohio State for this example. But since there's no one really in the box, I'm going to go with a run play and just go for it, because why not? It's a numbers game when it comes to running, and we have more players than they do. So I'm going to try to run this and see if we can pick up some yards. And even though one was there because 77 was, they don't make the little block, that's okay. Now it looks like they're obviously in a different, base set right here. This one looks more like to man to me because the cornerbacks are a little closer up. It looks like there's a one high shell. And because of that, I'm just going to stick with this play. Again, this is just examples of me and what I'm thinking here. Because they're coming off from the edges, actually, you know what? I'm going to run this. Just because, again, there's no one in front of that center. And if the people that were coming up on the right side and the left side are blitzing, well, if I could just get right through the middle here, which I might have been able to if I would have hit that hole quicker, I might have been able to pick some yards. I apologize. I'm not the best at running the football this game. I'm decent at it, but I'm definitely a better passer. I'm just trying to show you examples of what I think about with these audibles and how to use them to your advantage. Because when you have these audibles, it makes the game so much easier, because you don't feel like if your play is getting read by the defense that you are stopped. You can easily audible out of that and put yourself and the offense in a better position to put yourself in more success, to get you better chunk plays and things like that. So now it looks like maybe man coverage, because on the right side, that cornerback, he's playing a lot tighter to Smith. Now, what I'm going to do, it's just because it might be man coverage, what I'm going to do is go to mesh post. As you see, the running back is running a wheel route to the outside. So here, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to look for A and then Y. Actually, yeah, A is usually the first read just because he's already in motion. And then I'm going to look for Y, because if I notice that they're trailing A across the field, then I know it's man coverage, and Y is going to be open if I can just get a few seconds of time from the offensive line. Now, okay, it looks like they're going zone here, so I might have to go underneath here. But they do leave A wide open, and he is able to make the catch. So again, you have to really think about what you're playing with. And I feel like majority of the time, at least for the players that I play against, they play a lot of zone. So when you're playing a lot of zone, that used to really screw me over when I used to play these games back when over a decade ago. Anytime it was man, I was good. But zone, I could not read zones to save my life. I had no idea how to beat them. Fortunately, I've kind of figured that out. But again, you're going to want to set yourself up for success. And that is why you want to set up these audibles. You want to make sure you have a run play. A screenplay is always recommended, whether it's a RPO, whether it's, a regular halfback screen or something like that, just to throw something off. Plus, you want to have, obviously, you might even want to throw in maybe a man coverage beater as well. But with those, you can obviously audible those routes, since there are man beater routes and obviously zone beater routes. But again, I just audible to run up the middle. And again, we've struggled with it. Hopefully I can get something here. 70-70 actually makes the block right there, and he'll pick up about 12 yards. Again, when there's no one in front of you, there's a numbers game. Look, if they're coming from the right side here, look, there's two guys coming from the right side, it looks like. At least it does right here, this formation, and there's only three guys, basically to four on the left. So if they're coming from the left, that's great. I can just take this block up the middle, and if I were better at running the football, I might be able to pick up some more yards. And same here. They're just giving me options. They're not loading the box. And when they're not loading the box, it gives me another opportunity to hopefully run this. And if 77 was doing his job, and instead of jogging, because his blocking is so garbage in this game, I would have maybe gotten some more yards. Now this one looks a lot more like man coverage again. When I see man coverage, I try to set myself up for success, like you should be doing as well. And for this, I'm going to throw this play in there, which is mesh post. And this one, anytime you have a running back that is running a wheel route and he's getting guarded by a linebacker, it's going to be a mismatch 9 times out of 10, majority of the time 10 times out of 10, unless it's just a really stud fast linebacker or a really good user for that matter. I'm going to throw him in motion here, and it looks like they are going back to zone. And it looks like, I didn't throw it well enough. I got lucky that I didn't get picked. It should have been a better throw, but it wasn't. And now it looks like they got the double mug here. And it looks like, I'm going to assume that they're going to be blitzing, because normally when you go up against this kind of a formation where it's like a double mug look and the two linebackers are in the middle and you have a lot of receivers on the left and right, well, then that means that they're going to blitz. Now, if they're going to blitz, I got to get the ball off hot. I got to get the ball off quickly. Now for this, I'm going to go back to mesh post. And instead of that, I'm going to put my running back on a flat route. Again, this is just me thinking out loud. Now, what I'm expecting is A probably could be open right away, but if he's not, I'm definitely going to hit Y. Okay, yep, he's coming up close. Now Y is going to be open because there was another guy that came up on the left side, leaving him open and more space on the right. But that'll do it for this video, guys. Let me know what kind of ideas you guys use for audibles, because I know for offensive audibles, this is how I go about it. And it's really, really helpful, because if you can have a play for running the ball, passing the ball, a jet sweep, a screen, that really sets you up and just opens up your offense to so many different things. It can throw your opponent off, especially if they are specifically honing in on one part of your offense. If they're trying to stop the run, great. I got pass plays if I come up to the line of scrimmage and I accidentally pick a run play. Well, I can just audible out of that and we're set. And look, he's blitzing more. Well, then I'm going to get the ball out quickly and there's nothing that they can do about it. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, please leave a like. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely subscribe and don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss another Tips with Tees and College Football 25. Thanks, guys. I'm out. Peace.